today, Lisa and I, aka Mum and I, will be talking about
house hunting horror stories.
So this first story is from early in my career. I've shared this with some members of the team. I was taking a client through a property. I'm meeting her at this home, and we are in Cranston. So I pull up to the house, I get in there. My client hadn't arrived yet. The house is disgusting. All the blinds are drawn, it's dark, there's dirty dishes on the counter, like it's filthy. It looks like how most people wouldn't even live. And I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? I'm pretty sure it was owner occupied, and I thought, they must not care very much about selling their home. So I'm running around trying to clear stuff away, open blinds. Even though it wasn't my listing, I kind of felt, gosh, this is crazy. Like, she's gonna hate this, just because it looks so unappealing. So she gets there, we're walking through the house, and she's going, oh, it kind of looks different from the pictures. This is not really what I was expecting. And I'm looking at the listing, and then I'm looking at the house, and I realize we were in the wrong house. So when I pulled up onto the street, I saw the for sale sign in the yard, and I just assumed, oh, that's the listing.
Oh, and that was your first mistake.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
Assuming.
Rookie mistake, yes, it was. And the actual house was a few doors down. So looking at the house number, learn that early on. That is a very important one.
And then if I don't, I think I recall something about, didn't the owners show up?
Yes, they did. I was locking up, and I panicked. So I realized we're in the wrong house. I'm running around the house, shutting all the blinds. I'm trying not to act absolutely freaked out in front of my client. I'm just like, oh, I think this is the wrong one. I'm trying to put everything back to how it originally was. And I'm coming out of the front door, and there's people in a van on the street, like, looking at me really strangely. And I'm like, oh no, just play it cool. I was like, oh, hey, sorry, I just realized that we were in the wrong house, so we're going to see this one. Oh, okay. Thank goodness they didn't ask any other questions, but I was beside myself, like, especially being new to real estate, kind of. I mean, this must have been at least 4 or 5 years ago.
On top of that, wasn't it my client?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Oh my.
Thankfully, I could throw the heat on her if anything went wrong, so.
Yeah. Well, I can remember I was in a less desirable part of town, and my clients were looking for an investment property and hoping to get kind of a dual income situation so they could rent the main floor and the lower level. So we walked into this house, and I had been warned ahead of time to just call down the stairs to let the tenant know that we were there. And so I could hear things downstairs. We looked at the top, and my clients were out. We walked in, it was not good. And so I went to the top of the stairs, around a corner, down some stairs. Then I'm standing at the top of quite a long thing of stairs, and I called down to the tenant. And so he is standing there with this massive pit bull who is barking like he is going to kill me. But I wasn't scared because the owner is right there. And all of a sudden, that pit bull broke the collar and came screaming up the stairs at me. The owner is screaming. I'm screaming. I ran around. I don't know how I got up the stairs, slammed the door. I heard the dog hit the door.
Oh my
and
word.
Was able to get out of there unscathed. Although, when I came out the front door, my clients immediately recognized I'd been through something because I was completely white and shaking. I really saw my life flash before my eyes.
Horrible. That's crazy. It's kind of miraculous you even were able to get around the corner, up the stairs, and out of the way. And I remember when you first told me this, the tenant was freaking out.
Oh,
like he was super concerned that
screaming.
Yeah.
I mean, he feared for my life probably as much as I feared for my life.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a good lesson for realtors and for people looking at homes. You really don't know what you're gonna find. So hopefully, usually the house is always empty, but always good to keep a wary eye out when you're
Absolutely.
going through. Yeah.
Okay, have you ever walked in on somebody?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Like 2 weeks ago.
No.
Yes. I am FaceTiming my clients in Manitoba, and they're an hour ahead, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh my gosh.
I'm showing them the house at 4:30 Calgary time, and they're seeing it at 5:30 their time, right?
Right.
And so I unlock the door, and I'm on FaceTime with them. I walk through the door, I'm turning on lights and blah 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 blah, chatting away with them, talking about the entryway. And this girl pops around the corner of the stairs, and she goes, "Oh, like, what are you doing here?" And I was like, we had a showing booked. I'm showing the house, and she goes, "No, like we have a showing booked for 5:30." And what I did is, because it was 5:30 their time,
Oh.
I booked it. I just wasn't thinking. I booked it for 5:30 here.
Oh.
And the guy comes, and then the guy leans over the rail. I think it was her dad, and he doesn't have a shirt on. He's like, "I just got out of the shower." And I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Oh
He's like, and I super apologized. I explained how I got it mixed up, and I just said, "I'm so sorry." And he's like, "Well, you know what? Like, give me 5 minutes, and you guys can come through." He was very nice. So I put my clients on mute, and I'm like, "Sorry guys, they need a sec to get out," and just explained to them what had happened. So we just looked around the backyard, and it worked out. Thankfully, the seller was very, very nice. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, I wish we had been able to make an offer on that house just to make up for it, but yeah.
Well, I did the same thing. It was actually a townhouse, and I had a brand new agent with me. And while we had been driving, I had laughed about, probably hanging out with me, you'll learn the ropes and all the mistakes agents make. And that was certainly the wrong thing to say, because number one, I couldn't find the entrance to the parking garage. It was like townhouses on top of a underground parking area.
Oh, weird.
And you had to go outside of and down a stairwell. Anyway.
Was it downtown?
No, it was on the west side of Calgary.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, so we walked into this place. It was all dark, flipping on lights, going through. I go to open the door to the primary bedroom, and the clients are in bed. Or not my clients, but the
Yes,
sellers.
the
The
owners.
sellers are in bed. And
Oh my gosh. I forgot
did
about that.
not know what to. And meanwhile, one of my buyer clients had gone through the laundry,
No.
which, yes,
Led into the master.
which led into the primary bathroom. He's in the bathroom. The clients are in the, the sellers are in the bed. I'm trying to get the door closed to get to him, to whip him out. Oh,
Were they like startled? Like, did they sit
they were
up?
it was totally their fault. They were supposed to have been away for the whole weekend. The conference got canceled last minute, and they forgot to tell their realtor. She had accepted my request. I had carte blanche to go ahead, but they were very apologetic.
I
but-
cannot imagine.
Can you imagine being sound asleep and having strangers
No.
whip open
Especially
your
if I was
door?
alone. Like, it sounds like there was a couple.
There was a
but-
couple.
Oh my word.
Anyway,
So what happened?
we just all apologized, and
Did you see?
we left.
Oh, so you weren't able to see the house?
Well,
They saw enough.
kinda. Yeah. And it
good.
wasn't catching their interest enough to, step aside for half an hour or whatever. So we just moved on.
Yeah. That's why you use realtors. You don't go direct. Well.
Oh, isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Okay.
Have you ever done any? Oh,
You know, as fun as it is sitting here chatting with you about horror stories, I kind of hope we don't do this again. I hope we don't have.
I don't know
I
about.
hope we do this again with a different topic.
Yeah.
Though likely we will have more horror stories in the future, and hopefully you all will enjoy hearing them as much as we may not enjoy going through them. It's nice to be able to laugh about it later, especially when you have someone who's been through it too.
Absolutely.
So tell us, what are your home horror stories? Maybe you've heard it from a friend. Maybe you've been through it yourself when you've been house hunting or selling. Put it down in the comments below. And until next time, keep it real.
Keep it real.